Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started. Yo! Let's jump out of some charts, man. Bitcoin really didn't do shit. Let's jump on in, man. Another day, another sideways. Let's jump on it. I got the Santa hat on today, so I think the reason why Bitcoin wasn't, responding the last 2 days is because I forgot to put the Santa hat on for the last 2 days. So today, we're putting the Santa hat back on, and look where little old Bitcoin has made its way back to, my friends. Bitcoin has made its way back to the green box. Option number 2 on our 2 options for Bitcoin here. So, let's freaking get busy. What's going on, Mike? Hamilton, your mom, Interactive, Dan. Let's see. How you guys feeling about Bitcoin this morning, man? You feeling bullish, bearish, or crabbish? I'm going to go with you guys are all feeling a little bit crabbish. But what do we got going on the charts, man? Bitcoin break the previous support. Is it over? I mean, is it done? I mean, are we going to zero at this point? Well, this is option number 2 that we've been talking about, my friends. All right, what was option number 2? Option number 2 was coming to take the liquidity to the downside before then getting that big stop hunt to the upside. So that was option number 2. It looks like that, in my opinion, is what is going to go down. I am in a long, just putting it out there. I am in a long. From about 16,700. I wanted to get in there. And if it comes down and taps it again, maybe I'll add to it. I am also in a Litecoin long. So let's freaking go, man. Let's freaking go. Let's get busy today. Holy moly, man. Hold up. Let's play this.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
Anyways, let's jump on in and see what we're doing. Dan said a little bearish, actually. Hey, man. Let's freaking get busy on this bearish day. Let's see. Crabbish. I can tell, man. I can tell by everyone in here that everyone's crabbish today. Good morning, though. Good morning, guys. All right, so what's the plan for Bitcoin? Well, And let's just look at the chart from a basic perspective, right? We had support coming across all here. Support, we had support, we had support. We were holding support like a damn rock, right? Last night, we got a little move up to 17,138. I wasn't really convinced on that move, honestly. It was kind of a little lackluster move with very, very low volume, and that's why I wasn't that excited about it last night. It was cool. I mean, we had a little move to 17,130, but, at the same point, you're not really getting anywhere, So Bitcoin smacks that support again and comes down to our green box that we had drawn from about 16,600 to 16,700 back down here, right? And we had two options, guys. We had either Bitcoin was going to hold this support and get that stop hunt, or Bitcoin was going to make a slightly lower low and then get the stop hunt. Why do I think we're getting the stop hunt? Well, I just don't think that, on the bigger term time frames, I don't think that they leave these wicks up here, man. See these giant wicks? I don't think they leave those up there. So I do think you're going to get a smack up to the upside before coming back down. That's the way I always look at things, right? Everyone thinks you're just going to go straight down to the downside. I always look for that smack before bringing it back down, okay? And always the three smacks. The three smacks. The 1, 2, 3, the 1, 2, 3-aroo smackaroos to the upside. What's going on, John? He said, here we go. Let's see. Your mom has a green box. My mom does have a green box, man. We always love your mom's green box, if you know what I mean. But anyways, so we came and tagged that green box. We took this 4-hour vector candle. If you go on the 1-hour time frame, you'll notice that we also took this 1-hour vector candle. So we came and tagged that liquidity to the downside. Now, I mean, could Bitcoin do something like this? So if it starts dumping here on stream, it is what it is, man. You always look for the W. So if Bitcoin does something like this, comes back down, tags it again, right, and comes back up, okay, boo-hoo, man. I mean, that's certainly a possibility. As you always look, you usually always look for those W's in the bottoms there. Excuse me. But you guys know my take. I mean, nothing's really changed since yesterday. I do expect a smack to the upside where you get the 1 smack, the 2 smacks. Just like I smack your mom, B-Water, I'm over there smacking your mom. Before we get that 3rd smack, and where do we go? 17.6, 18K, something like that. Before the FOMC meeting, which, we don't know what the opportunity is. But, depending on the news, that could change what we do up there. But that's still my thought process. Okay. Anyways, let me get off this. The stock market also getting a little bit of a retrace. That's why I'm not like, oh my God, the stock market's going back up to the moon. We're all of a sudden out of this mess. What? The stock market is bouncing off a pretty big level here, right? Previous resistance, previous support, trying to make a nice W formation off that support line as well. So 4 hours also oversold. So I like this for a retrace here, and that's why I think this could be the point where Bitcoin does get that smack to the upside. We just have to wait and see, right? We just have to wait and see from there. So let's see what we got, man. I mean, the S&P still, man, even if it retraces, it's just an interesting point in the markets, man, because the S&P did break down from a falling wedge. You got to be a little bit bearish on this, my friends. But I always expect a retest, right? And if it comes up and retest, is that the point where we start to roll back over? It'll be interesting, man. I am so curious to see what happens the rest of this week. But it is Wednesday. You know what it is.
We're going to 100K tomorrow.
We're going to 100K tomorrow because it's Reversal Wednesday. And we know that Monday and Tuesday can sometimes go to one direction, but then Wednesday comes and you get a little bit of the opposite. Okay, we know how this works, my friends. We've seen this countless times where we see bloody Mondays, maybe a little bit of a bloody Tuesday, and we come out of it and we start coming back the other way. So that is my outlook. Very, very simple, man. We ain't doing rocket science here. We're not going to look at this and this and this in the short-term time frames. Short-term time frames, we keep it very, very simple, support and resistance, and we keep it at that for the most part. So sometimes we might do a little bit of shadiness too. But, that's what we got cooking. I also want to look at the fib level, which I actually haven't looked at. Look where also that comes in, man. Right at the 0.5 retracement. Right at the 0.5 retracement. So that's pretty juicy. From this low to this high, you smack that 0.5 retracement level. So a lot of confluence right there. I do like that. And I do like that a lot here on the short-term time frames. Oh, we all wait for the inevitable move for Bitcoin. Excuse me. Job is saying smack that by Akon. Smack that by Akon. This quarter's bearish. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Most people are going to be bearish. And listen, I guess for right now, I'm not going to be overly bullish either, right? I'm maybe a little bit short term. Eeny, meeny, miny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Might be short term a little bit bullish, you know, looking for a move to the upside. But is that really bullish, looking for a stop punt? I don't know if that's bullish. I think that's just looking for, you know, some shorts to get taken out before you get smacked. I mean, it's the same price action as up here, my friends. Remember this price action we talked about yesterday? Let's come back up here and look at the last time when we had the FTX news. Right here, we had the exact same price action. Right? We had basically a support level here. Let's mark this off. Support level here. Okay, what did we do? Well, we came down, we basically broke out. We came down to support once. Okay, cool. Whoops. Let me get all this over here. We came down to support once. Came down to support twice. Okay. Now this time you're getting, I do think this is going to be a little bit of a deviation here. Where this is going to be a slight deviation from that support. But I'm looking for that third little hit-a-roo to come take out those little shorties up there. Those little shorties. Just like you did over here. You come up, you smack the previous highs, get everyone super bullish. Okay? And you'll notice that every dump is going to have a deviation to the highs to make everyone super, super bullish, right? 1, 2, smack it to the highs. Get everyone in their mother bullish. Get Horse Guy to FOMO in right here. You see Horse Guy FOMO in right there? You see Fahid FOMO in right here? Where's Fahid? We need Fahid being bearish right now. This is where everyone FOMO's in. And then they smack it back down. Right? So that is what I am looking for. And you can call me a little bit crazy, but we'll see where we end up tomorrow. Or today, tomorrow, and everything in between, my friends. So, something along those lines. The Grinch rally incoming. The Grinch rally. That's awesome, man. The opposite of the Santa rally. We got the Grinch rally coming in. What do you guys think? Santa rally or Grinch rally? Let me know. Let me know. I personally think that it's going to be mostly chop suey up until the FOMC meeting next week. This is basically what I see. I mean, if you guys want to know my projection on price for the next week, okay? My overall projection. Bitcoin's going to get a stop hunt here, okay? It's going to come back down to support. We're going to be right around here on, I'd say, you know, right around Monday, you know, somewhere in this time frame. We're going to be going sideways to the FOMC. To the CPI, depending on the CPI, right? CPI is bullish, woohoo! CPI is bearish, woohoo! And that's what we got, right? And I think most people, this is my projection. I don't expect much until next week, to be honest. And if you want to, like, perfectly honestly, I could sit here and say, Bitcoin's going to get a big move this week, and sort of, you know, and get more clicks on the thumbnail. Like, oh my God, look at Bitcoin's getting ready for a bull market this week. You know what I'm saying? Or, oh my gosh, I just saw this massive bearish thing that's going to drop Bitcoin in price 50% on my thumbnail. Right? I mean, I could do that too. But I don't expect anything to happen this week, man. I you know, other than maybe a move up to 1760, everyone bullish, smack it back down. That is really the sort of outlook I see for the next week. You know. Good morning, Lupus. What's going on? Good to have you in here, Lupus. Good to have you in here. Kennedy says the Grinch rally. The Grinch rally. Could be. Let's see. Someone need to put Michael Saylor in a home. He's losing it. Dude, Michael Saylor. That guy comes up with the best Bitcoin memes on his Twitter, man. He's always posting Bitcoin stuff. Today he had the Bitcoin rabbit. Who makes those art for him? So he pays someone to make that art for him. Okay? I mean, we get it. All right. Let me do a quick rant alert.
Rant alert.
At this point, does Michael Saylor tweeting anything bullish about Bitcoin really going to influence anyone to get into Bitcoin? No. Most average Joes are going to be looking at Michael Saylor like an idiot because he's down like 50% on his Bitcoin buys. So, like, is anyone be going, wow, Michael Saylor is in Bitcoin right now. He's killing it. It might be a little bit different if he bought lower, but, like, I don't think anyone's looking at Michael Saylor's rabbit and going like, holy shit, I need to buy some Bitcoin today. You know what I mean?
Rant alert.
That's just me. If you guys didn't see Michael Saylor's rabbit, just go on his Twitter, man. He said, follow the rabbit hole. Follow something like that. Follow down the rabbit hole. And it's like a cyborg rabbit going down a rabbit hole, if you know what I mean. Jumper, he said, what's up, Jordan, you buster? What's a buster, man? Maybe I don't want to know what that is. Maybe I don't want to know what that is, guys. All right. So Bitcoin's still just chilling. Let's go to the 12-hour time frame. Well, here's where we're at. Here is where we're at on BT Sizzle right now. I would say right now you're okay, right? Right now you're sort of just hovering, inside this overall support box, right? Where we've had a couple highs. This was a sort of a deviation high. We had lows, and you're kind of just, if you look at where we're sitting, like on this wick low, we're kind of just sitting on that wick low right now. So that's kind of where we're sitting. You could argue, if you want to be a little bit, of a bear, which, I guess it's been the right call lately. This low is basically just the M formation, right? So a rise, stop hunt, okay, bring it back below, retest. If you're a bear, you're probably looking for a continuation down, which I would normally say yes. That this would be a point where they look for a continuation down from that point. Let me actually just zoom out a little bit more here. The reason why I don't necessarily think that's the case is I look up on this 12-hour candle, okay, and I see opportunity there, okay? I see opportunity. So to me, the path, make everyone bearish right here, right? Right below previous support, okay? It makes sense, right? You're at resistance, so it makes sense. Just back this up, bring it back down. But like I said, we'll see where we are tomorrow, the next day after that, and everything in between. But yeah, I mean, nothing really changed. I don't expect much change until this date, So we got to kind of keep being patient and keep and keep kind of weathering the crab market here, because holy moly, it's a crab market, dude. It's like a homie slang. Oh, okay, Jumper, I got you. It's a homie slang. Buster, really? So I can go up to anyone and just go, "What's up, Buster?" You know what I mean? I've never heard that before. Yo, what's going on, Buster? Just like you're saying, "What's up, homie?" What's going on, Buster? I don't know if I'm personally ever going to call anyone Buster. Where in what part of the world do they call people Buster? I'm curious. I've never heard that before. Nola's got the coffee rolling. Nice, Nola. Yesterday we dig deep into the long-term time frames. Tonight, depending on what Bitcoin does in short-term price action, if Bitcoin isn't doing anything, which I guess it's the higher probability at this point, we'll dig a little bit deeper into some longer-term charts, because I had some fun yesterday with that. Yesterday was the most fun I've had on a stream in a long time. The reason why I say that is because I like looking at charts that to me actually mean something. So we'll dig a little bit deeper in tonight too. That was a lot of fun. I'm not going to spend too much time on these today this morning, because quite frankly, we'll save that for tonight. Now, let's go. S&P still is at support. This is an interesting point for the S&P, right? It really is. I do think, if the S&P is going to get a bounce in the short term, this is where you want to see it. Look at the confluence of levels. Support, resistance, support, resistance, support. Look at how massive this level right here is for the S&P. So if you're going to see the retrace, and it might not be like right this second, man. So have a little patience. It might not be right this second. But if it's going to have a retrace, I think this is where it's going to be. Where it comes and tags this downtrend again, or it just tags the wedge. I do expect one of the two. Okay? At least one of the two. So that's kind of where we're at. I do think if the S&P smacks us to the downside with no regard for human life, I don't think that will be very good. Okay, I think if it loses this level without any bounce, then it would be pretty ugly. But I do expect a bounce off here. At support, everyone usually gets like uber bearish, but you gotta sort of reel yourself in and say, okay, do we just dump straight through it? I don't see it. I see a bounce first before a dump. Bounce first before a dump. Say it with me. Bounce first before a dump. Just like if you're coming down, right? If you're coming to the downside, I expect, if you're coming to the upside, usually expect a retrace before a continuation. Not just up. A retrace before the continuation. A dump. You guys get the point. I'm not gonna keep saying it, but that's kind of looking at the S&P. Very simple shit. I mean, in reality, we got rejected from the all-time high trend line again. What do we know? It's the same shit. So, same shit over and over again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are they just gonna dump it from here? Something tells me. I got this little bit of a hunch here. I guess, is hunch a word? I don't know. A little bit of a hunch that they come up and they fake out here. You know, it maybe not be today. Maybe they spike it up, they come back down again. But something tells me that they spike it above this line because everyone and their mother's watching this line at this point, right? Everyone and their mother's watching this line. Do you see anything on Twitter talk about the S&P without having this line on their chart? No. Do they come and have a fake out? Again, everyone's going to be like, oh my God, the bull market is back if this breaks right here. Do they fake this out and then bring it down? I have a little bit of hunch that tells me yes. Okay. You know, so keep that in mind. It's just a hunch. It's just my little ball sack, you know, it's telling me, Jordan, they're going to pump it and fake it out up, you know, and then dump it back down to get everyone bullish. It's just my ball sack that's telling me that. Okay. The chart, I mean, let's be honest. Look at the chart. I mean, the chart says no. Okay. But my little ball sack right here. Okay. Says, Jordan. John said Jordan's talking to his balls. That's how you know the bear market's deep, man. The bear market's super, super deep. Jordan's talking to his balls, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, Jelly Bean. But, yeah, I mean, that's the overall for the S&P. I'm going to check on the DXY real quick. By the way, I like the Litecoin chart. The Litecoin chart, I think, is an interesting chart here. You know, but we'll talk about that, I guess, another time. But the Litecoin chart, I kind of like this for an interesting long position here. But, you know, you do what you want to do. Litecoin's obviously been killing it the last couple months. So, we'll get into it in a second. Let's go to the DXY. The DX Whizzle. What do we got cooking? Not huge? He's saying hunch. All right, so let's see the DXY. So the DX... This is another interesting point. I mean, look at what the DXY is, guys. Look at what the DXY is. Resistance, support. What do we got again? We're turning into resistance again. Holy moly, it's almost like playing support resistance levels works, man. Holy moly. So you raise back up, you get resistance there, come back down. Now, the question will be, I mean, if we zoom in a little bit here, the question will be, how much does this come back down, right? Does this continue down, or does this find a little bit of support here on the short-term time frames? That's the big question. But so far, you know, I'm seeing everyone say the DXY is bullish right here. I mean, okay, I haven't seen it yet, though. You know, I haven't seen it yet. I'm still looking at this and saying, okay, does this have a little bit more downside to 103? 103 is where I expect the DXY to get a pretty nice pump back up. Why is that the case? Well, look at this huge, massive level looking left from January 2017, March of 2020. Look at these two previous highs. These are massive highs at that level. I don't think the DXY just smashes through. That's where I'm looking for the DXY to ultimately bounce. Is 103. My nizzle. Okay? So, but just putting it out there. Take it for what you will. I'm looking for this to come and test here, 103, before bouncing. But it is what it is. Bitcoin at 18,000. Or 18,000. Imagine if it was at 18,000. It's pretty sad that would be like pumped that Bitcoin was at 18,000. That's right. Which is pretty funny. So 18, I keep saying 18,000. Why do I keep saying 18,000? What was that 18 that's making me say 18,000? I don't know. But Bitcoin at 16,855 at the current moment, guys. So we're sort of just chilling below the M formation lows, the M formation neckline. And that's the big kicker, right? You need Bitcoin to get back above this level here. If it does, bada bing, bada boom, I think we're off to the races at that point. If you don't, you know, you might come down and tag this again, build some type of W formation, and then rise back up. But overall, that's what we're kind of waiting for in the short-term time frames. My homies. Cody said, Gungo 18. Gungo up. Let's do a quick, let's do a poll. What, guys, I had pizza last night, by the way. Guess what pizza I had? I had pepperoni and I had bacon. Absolutely delicious. So I called and I called basically the pizza and I was like, hello? Yeah, can I place an order for pickup? Yeah, can I get a Philly steak pizza? No, I don't. No, not a Sicilian pizza. A Philly steak pizza. No, not a Sicilian pizza. Okay, yeah, never mind. Can I just get a medium pepperoni and bacon pizza? Okay, you have that one? Okay, go. Thank you, bye-bye. That's basically how it went. So, I was trying to get a Philly steak pizza, but apparently, he didn't know what I was saying. So I just gave up. I gave up, and I got the pepperoni and bacon, and I'm so happy I got that one because, oh my god, man, it was so salty. It was so good. You're gonna say, Jordan likes salty things. I know the joke's coming in here, but yes, I do like salty things. Salty things are the best. Okay? Just putting that out there. I do love salty things. All right? You can leave that to interpretation, but you do what you want to do. So, all right, so we're waiting on that for Bitcoin. Let's go check out any other interesting charts coming on here. Ethereum. Let's go check out ETH. There's a lot of interesting charts here for altcoins, guys. There's a lot of interesting setups that are presenting themselves. We'll check out some altcoin setups here. You know, you don't typically do that, but I see opportunity in the next couple days, and I think I'm going to take advantage of it myself. So Ethereum, what do we got cooking here? Well, this chart at the moment, you know, just look at it from what it is. Okay, very simple. I mean, sort of high structure here, where let's just look at what Ethereum did, right? Big rise up, made a big vector candle right here, right? So big rise up, a lot of volume came in there. You get the first high, you get the second high, right? So you got your classic M formation. Here's your neckline right here, right? So we marked it off with the blue line. Look at what Ethereum's doing, man. Neckline, flipping into resistance, right? Very simple, very simple. We're not doing anything crazy here. On this move down, though, what we were able to do on this move down, okay? We were able to come and take the rest of that vector candle to the lows, okay? So this is the next thing we got to wait for Ethereum here is, can we smack this M formation low? Okay, that's the big question there. This does smack up. That's gonna be the point where we have you know, we sort of have a little party and we yell deviation. We're able to reclaim that, but it's the same point as BTC. We need to see that reclaim first before we get too excited. Now it's the same point. Would I be surprised if it comes back down again? You know, makes some type of lower low, creates some type of bullish divergence before coming back up? Absolutely not. And that's probably usually the most likely scenario is to form some type of W formation before coming up. But it's the same standpoint, man. Same standpoint. And listen, for the other standpoint, if ETH can't reclaim this level, breaks the lows again, you know, at that point it can't kind of reclaim on a second retest. This thing is not looking so good in the short term. So this is a good point for Ethereum, and you know, I'll look at that. We'll get this. Ethereum's not the best chart. I don't actually love the Ethereum chart. The Ethereum chart is kind of right now. I usually like trading Ethereum, but not that chart right there. The deviation. Old support equals new resistance. True. At the moment, Snola. That is definitely facts, my man. Definitely facts. It's doing it right now for BTC. That's some good shiza. Let's look at the S&P. Let's zoom into the S&P. So the S&P is coming down again. I think you're going to build a base here, man. So here's what I see for the S&P. Bop, 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 bop. 3 lower lows. 3 higher lows. Bop, 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 bop. Just like right here, right? 1 low, 2 lows, 3 lower lows, 3 higher lows. Bop, 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 bop. You know, something similar to that. But very simple stuff. All right, what do we got? Litecoin, Mr. Litecoin. Let's do what we got to do for Litecoin. So Litecoin, just the overall, I mean, look where we're at, right? We got wick low, that bounce. We're right there at the current moment. And if you look at where the 618 retracement is, so, and we're also at that 618 retracement. So from the lows to the highs, 618, bada bing, bada boom. Right at support at the current moment. All right, so Litecoin, it could chop right here for a little bit for the next few hours or so. But Litecoin also at an interesting point where, you know, it's kind of that same standpoint for Litecoin. I look at it and I say, I see this, okay? I see this right here, this vector candle at the highs, and I see this one right here. I also see, okay? So I see some opportunities to the upside when you're right at support, right? So, you know, Litecoin, this one, I'm looking here, and this one looked like it probably wants to get a little bit of a retrace back to the test the support again. But I think Litecoin's an interesting position too. You know, you obviously do what you want to do. I'm looking at this very simply, very, very simply. We're not doing anything crazy here. But Litecoin's an interesting one too. Litecoin bull and bear market. Yeah, I mean, Litecoin's been performing well, and that's why if I was to trade an altcoin, I want to do one that's been performing well against Bitcoin, right? And Litecoin's been doing. I mean, I usually shit on Litecoin, but I'll give it its credit. It's been doing very well recently, very well recently. So I'll give it respect where respect is due. And what would that be? That would just be the smack up. You know, we sort of can't come and take that liquidity to the upside and get ready to smack it back down. That's it. That's it. That is it. And we're in and out of that one. That would be an in and out for me. For me personally. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Bada bing, bada boom. Come on, Bitcoin. It's so funny how like there's just no volume. There's like Mike is gonna go nuts today because there's just no volume. There's no volume in the markets right now, guys. Makes sense, right? We're in December, right? People got to be getting Christmas presents, okay? You know, it's, I guess, you know, people are, there's just no buying around this. I heard yesterday, there's a reason why. I forget. Shit, man. I was listening to something yesterday. Someone was saying that like the first weekend of December usually is pretty low volume. I forget the reasoning. Someone could probably tell me in the chat. We have a bunch of macro economists in the chat. in the chat. So let me know. I sort of forget at the moment. Litecoin, I like AVAX, another one that's been kind of right? Since about, you know, really June. AVAX is another interesting chart I like, right? Let's look at AVAX real quick. I think AVAX could come a little bit lower, but I'm looking at AVAX from this standpoint. Let me just look at this real quick. Let me just remind myself what I'm looking at here. So AVAX, let's just take this quick little bunny boo here. This quick little bunny boo. So that's the big level in AVAX right here, right? We had, it was, you could have drawn this multiple ways, but you had like a left shoulder ahead, a right shoulder breakout on AVAX. You could also draw it like this, right? Left, right. And this was the breakout here. So this is the point. You see you did break down black below that area, you know, which I guess is whatever. I mean, you broke back below it. This is also the deviation play I'm looking for. If AVAX can reclaim this, okay, I look left and there's not much there until you start popping back up here at the highs. So this is more of a little bit different of a strategy. I'll look for a reclaim of this resistance that we sort of got resistance on many times. It's more so up here, right? Upwards of like 1334. I wait for a reclaim, it close up here, and then I'll be looking for, same deal, this juiciness up here, you know? So same type of deal. I know the markets are coming down today, so it's like, oh my God, Jordan, you're talking about upside? Oh my God. It's like no matter how many people tell you to do the opposite of what the market's doing, it never goes in one ear out the other, man. You know, market goes down, I'm going short. Market goes up, I'm going long. Never changes, man.
Rant alert.
Let's see. Roddy said the head and shoulders already played out. You could argue that, yeah. You could argue that. I wasn't basically really talking about the head and shoulders. I'm looking for, okay, basically, you know, If this was a head and shoulders, it come in back test. This is a deviation below. If it reclaim, okay, I'm looking for a deviation and then a move back up here. If this continues to be resistance, I don't get in that trade, and I'm not trading little AVAX, right? We ain't getting in that trade then, you know. But more so just using it as a reference of, you know, where we got previous support. Basically just that. Drunk Bear sleeping. What's going on, Drunk Bear? Wayne said that, or they already lost, is all high leverage trading. True. Yeah, going high leverage is not the deal, man. Most of the times when I'm trading, I'm either doing a spot trade, or if I'm doing a little leverage, you know, I don't go any higher than 5, right? Not for me. But most of the time when I'm trading, I'm spot trading, man. You know what I mean? I think, you know, if you're trying to leverage trade, I think you're getting a little greedy, right? This is my personal opinion. Okay, you can take it for what it is. If you just spot trade, people don't understand the potential of compounding gains, right? So everyone wants to do a leverage trade. They want to do their 20, 30x leverage trade because they want to make a huge gain in one trade. Whereas if you just did spot trading, right, you take out that liquidation factor, okay, and you just do small trades, okay, and you build that up over time, it's a compounding thing. But people want to get rich now, you know? People want to get rich right now. They want to do that 50x trade. You know what I mean? That's going to make them a big amount of money in one trade. It's like, you know, just do a little trades. If you make a 2, 3, 4, 5% on a trade, boom, that's better than most. Think about it this way, guys. Think about it this way real quick.
Rant alert.
Right? Let me tell you this right now. Okay? Think about it this way. Most investors would be happy to make 20% on the S&P every single year. Okay? Think about it that way. They'd be happy to invest and make 20% on the S&P every year. Think about it this way. If you can even make 1%, if you can have a trading stack and make 1% every day on that trading stack, what you can do if you're not dumb and over leverage and not use stop losses and not get liquidated and stuff like that, you can easily make 1% per day. Okay? If you make 1% per day, you compound that, okay? It's going to be way more than 20%. But everyone wants to make that home run trade where they make 50%, 100% in that one trade, right? And that's without a stop loss. That's where they get wrecked. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. High leverage is idiotic. No one is good enough to make. I mean, listen. You can make money trading, but the way most people do it, which is using high leverage. Listen, there's a reason why. I mean, I can show you the stat right now, guys. 97% of traders lose money over the course of time. I'm not making that up. I know people get mad when I say that. That's not true. I made money. You know what I mean? All right, would you make money in a week? You know? You can do it. You just got to do it smart. You got to do it slow. It's a slow process. It's not like this freaking thing where we just, you know, we do 50x on one trade and all of a sudden we're a pro trader. No. You got to do it over the course of multiple years. If you can be profitable over the course of multiple years, I'll call you a good trader. If you can be profitable for 1 month, you just got lucky, in my opinion. Just my opinion. It is what it is. Take it for what it is. All right. So, yeah, that's about where we're at, man. I guess I'm ranting about leverage trading here. There's nothing wrong with leverage. Just keep it low. Just keep it low, right? There's nothing wrong if you're starting with a small stack, right? You're starting with, like, let's say you're a newbie and you're starting off with $100, right? And you want to have a little leverage, all right? You do, you know, 2, 3, 4, you know, that type of leverage just to get the amount up a little bit. Okay, yeah, that's fine. But when you're getting too far up there, it is what it is. Rodney said, "Oh my God, how am I agreeing with Jordan this morning? I must be already 420ing." Ronnie, too early for that, man. Keep that for the nighttime. You know what I'm saying? Holy moly. Bathwater said, Alameda went broke for one reason. Caroline is a goddamn idiot. True. All right, guys. You guys know my take on BTC this morning. All right? Let's have some patience on this. Right? Like we said, I do think Bitcoin gets a bounce from here. All right? Now, like we said, it could come back down and test support again, where you create that W formation and then come up. This is the point that I've been talking about. This was my option number 2 for days, right? If Bitcoin couldn't hold this level, this was the level I was going long from, okay? So here we at. I am already long. If it comes down and tags us again, I'll add to this, right? Because I do think it could still tag like 16.6. So I'll add to that long if it comes to 16.6. You know, and if it breaks below, okay, on to the next one again. That's what it is. Keep the losses small, right? Let the winners ride. Simple as that, right? You can be a successful trader winning only 30% of your trades. No, I don't think people realize that. People think you have to win every single trade. That's not necessarily true. Anyways, that's about where we're at. Not saying I'm like the super successful trader or anything. I mostly do it for fun, and when I see really good opportunities, that's really it. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll dig a little bit deeper in some longer term charts. I had fun last night with that. So I'm going to dig really deep today. We are going to dig so deep, right? Deeper than anyone else is digging, okay? We're going to dig way deeper than you're going to see anyone else dig. Most people, you'll go in a video, they'll talk about one little indicator on Bitcoin. Okay, cool. Tonight, we're going to go so freaking deep, okay? So deep. Like Becca went in your mom last night. She went super, super deep in your mom. Or he went super, super deep in your mom last night. Becca's going to be like, you called me a girl, bro? All right. Catch you later. Catch you at 6:30 p.m. Have a good day, guys. Later. Peace. Drew, what's going on, buddy? Later, man.